Sonic Riders deserved way better than this. Now the new Sonic racing game, Sonic Crossworlds, I believe is what it's called. I've been seeing trailers of it for a while now, and I know that it was in beta like a while ago. And recently they announced that we would be able to, race with extreme gear from Sonic Riders with, I think, all of the characters, but I believe it's mainly with the characters from Sonic Riders, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Jet, Wave, and Storm. And I do think that that's a really, really good addition. But from what I've seen, it doesn't resemble Sonic Riders in the least bit. So I just kind of want to share some thoughts about it and kind of tell Sega what they should have done instead of just kind of, randomly throw in extreme gear in a random Sonic racing game.
Now a word from our sponsors.
Hi, before using Dubby, I was a father of 12. But now, after Dubby, I'm a deadbeat dad. Guy stinks! Let's see what we got in here for the Dubby. We got the motherfucking. We got the motherfucking. Oh shit! So the first flavor of Dubby, we have peach and beet. You what? Second flavor of Dubby, we got the dragon mayo. Next flavor we have laxative. What? Oh, Laxy grenade. Next flavor we have this is a zero sugar powder pack. And last but certainly not least, we have Heinz Berry Splash. I'm Wasabi, and this has been your Dubby advertisement.
But one last thing before we get into the video, I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year is over with so that I can feed my addiction to triple dippers. And I really appreciate it if you like, comment, and subscribe on the video, share it with a friend, share it with somebody, share it with a bird. I don't care, just share it. I appreciate it. But to keep it kind of simple to start out with, instead of giving us Sonic Crossworlds, honestly, Sega should have just gave us a new Sonic Riders game. And for the people who don't know, and for the people who probably never played Sonic Riders and just don't know what the fuck Sonic Riders was, Sonic Riders is a very, very old, at this point, very, very old racing game that Sega made on the GameCube, the PlayStation 2, and I believe the last one was on the Xbox Connect, which we don't really talk about. But the Sonic Riders series was essentially Sonic racing, but completely different from every other racing game that tried to be Mario Kart. Instead of you actually, riding in a cart, you were riding on hoverboards, and you were able to, do tricks in the air, grind on rails. Essentially a way cooler version of Mario Kart. And it kind of was like a very under the radar type of spin-off. Like it didn't really blow up like other, kart racers did, Mario Kart and other things like that. And it wasn't a huge success, but it was a success enough to where they ended up getting a sequel with Zero Gravity and the unfortunate trilogy in Sonic Free Riders for the Xbox Connect of all things, but I might get into that later. But the Sonic Riders series was a very, very fresh and new take on we want to have our own Mario Kart, so let's design a racing game. And this was before Sonic and the Sega All-Stars Racing came out on the PlayStation 3, because the very first Sonic Riders game came out on the GameCube, which is, in my personal opinion, the best one out of them all. And while I don't mind Sonic Crossroads, it looks like a decent game. It looks like it's gonna be a pretty fun, standard type of Mario Kart kind of clone. I really wish that this was just another Sonic Riders game, because I'm kind of tired of the standard kart games that everybody tries to copy. I'm kind of sick of every time another company outside Nintendo wants a arcade racing game, it's just a copy and clone of Mario Kart. I really, really wanted this to just be another Sonic Riders game, because when I first saw the trailer and I saw them in cars, I was like, okay, I guess it's another, Sonic and Sega, racing type of game, I guess. But like I said before, it does look fun and it does look pretty decent, but I didn't really have any interest in it until I saw that they were adding the extreme gear from the Sonic Riders games. But then I saw the gameplay and it looks really, really fucking boring, because obviously with the game not being out yet, I don't know how the trick system is gonna work. But from every single gameplay clip that I have seen, it looks stiff and it doesn't really look like you can control it. It kind of just looks like you just press the X button over and over and over again until you land, and then it gives you a little boost, kind of like how Mario Kart World does it. But I feel like I'm kind of asking for too much, but I really wanted them to say if you were able to pick extreme gear in Sonic Crossworlds, I really wanted you to be able to do the tricks like you were able able to do them in the original Sonic Riders game on the GameCube. Because I'm harping on that. I'm harping on that version of it because Sonic Riders for the GameCube had the best trick system because it was a manual trick system. It's not like in Mario Kart where you just press the button and like you kind of like can like hold a direction for like a backflip or a front flip or a side flip. You were able to like in the original Sonic Riders, you were able to do 2 front flips, a backflip, and a 360 or like a 1080 or whatever, all before landing. You were able to do that manually. You just did a front flip and you want to do a backflip, you can do that. And you were able to just do it with the joystick, the same thing that you steer with. And that's what made like the original trick system so good, is because you were able to like do different tricks and do different combinations to just look cool. Like they were just there to look cool. Like they really add nothing to the actual racing. It's just there to look cool. And since this is like another Mario Kart clone, I feel like I was asking for a little bit too much when I wanted them to add that trick system in, and it's not there. And it is kind of a bummer that this is just like a regular Mario Kart clone. Them having a stream gear is cool, but it won't play the same and it doesn't look like it plays the same. Because the thing that made Sonic Riders fun was like the sense of speed was there. The sense of speed for the game was there, and you felt like you were going 200 miles per hour like they said you were doing in Sonic Riders. You felt like you were going that fast. One of my main gripes with Zero Gravity is that the sense of speed is gone. Like you feel like you're only going fast in like the flying type of sections on the map where like you activate the little like ring thing or bracelet thing or whatever. And that's really when you feel like you're going fast. You don't really feel like you're going fast like any other time during the game. Like the sense of speed is gone and you feel like you're going really, really slow. It doesn't feel like I'm going 200 miles per hour or something like that. It doesn't feel that way. And that's one of the main things that will like make me not play a racing game, is if I don't feel like I'm going fast. If there's a speedometer in the bottom right corner telling me I'm going 190 miles per hour, I want to feel like I'm going 190 miles per hour. Like I want the game to feel like I'm going fast. And nothing from what I've seen makes the Extreme Gear looks like it's going as fast as they were able to in the old Sonic Riders games. And obviously, I'll have to play it for myself when it comes out, or when the beta comes back. I can, try to play it for myself and see how the gameplay actually feels and how like the sense of speed is. And maybe there'll be like a Mario Kart thing where you have like 150cc or 200cc, and maybe they'll give us, speed options and stuff like that. But I just really wanted this to be another Sonic Riders game, because I feel like the Sonic Riders series got done dirty, honestly, because it had such a great start with the GameCube version and with Zero Gravity. Even though I had my gripes with Zero Gravity, I still love the game. It's a great fun game, and it's a different take on like the kart racer genre. Like it's not just a standard like, oh, we're gonna put everybody in cars and have a bunch of random items. Like that's not what it is. And I feel like it got done dirty because of Sonic Free Riders. I really do feel like it got done dirty because of Free Riders. And if you don't know, fortunately, Sonic Free Riders was the last in the Sonic Riders trilogy, because it was for the Xbox exclusive home run console, the Kinect. That's right, if you ever wanted to ride a hoverboard with Sonic and Knuckles in them with motion controls that don't work, then you need to play Sonic Free Riders. This game killed the Sonic Riders franchise so quick, and I feel like it was a lot of people's like first exposure to the Sonic Riders games, because the Sonic Riders games were not that popular at all, to be honest with you. Like they weren't like mainstream success. So like the Sonic Riders series was already kind of like running on like thin ice to begin with, and with the immediate fail that was Sonic Free Riders, it immediately killed the series, and we'll probably never see it again because Sega and Microsoft saw how much of a fucking colossal failure it was. And the game already wasn't, the most popular game in the world. So there was no real reason to reboot it, because there hasn't really been like a mainstream outcry for Sonic Riders games, anywhere in the future. Which is a real shame, because I feel like now in a time, a hoverboard racing game would go crazy. Like even if you don't have Sonic characters in it, a hoverboard racing game that's updated to, the graphics that we have now, the customization options that we can have now with the trick system of the GameCube version of Sonic Riders would really go fucking crazy. I really feel like that would be like a smash hit. Like, I don't see how that would be like a bad thing for Sega to make. Money-wise, they're not gonna do it because unfortunately Sonic Free Riders fucked up any chance that we were gonna get for, you know, a new Sonic Riders game. But I still do have a sliver of hope that maybe one day in the future, just like my very sliver of hope that one day in the future we'll get a Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer and not have to go off of one trailer and a couple of fucking pictures, fuck you Square Enix, that maybe one day in the future, you know, we'll get a new Sonic Riders game, which is what I really wanted this game to be, instead of just a regular like Mario Kart clone, because I'm kind of tired of Mario Kart clones. Like, I really wish like we could get something different, like maybe a new F-Zero game, never gonna happen, maybe a new Sonic Riders game, never gonna happen. But I really hope that like one day we could at least, you know, somewhat maybe get a sliver of hope with the Sonic Riders franchise. And I really do feel like the Sonic Riders franchise could, like, you know, it needs to reboot, and I feel like it needs a second chance because it's a great concept and a great change from the standard Mario Kart clones. And I feel like Sega kind of needs to take that risk again.